votes are in, the first YouTube payment is on the way, and we're officially setting up the YouTube portfolio. Today, we're breaking down the exact blueprint before we invest a single euro. Welcome back everyone, I'm the Swedish dividend investor. So, a lot of you voted on what types of holding we should go for in the YouTube portfolio. We had some options, but the main player is LNG Global Quality Dividends ETF, ticker LDGL. I had my hopes we would go with LDGL and Invesco Nasdaq 100 Income Advantage ETF, ticker QQIA, since I do like the pure monthly cash flow, but the results are in and you guys wanted to go with LDGL and iShares World Equity High Income ETF, ticker WINC. So now we have to plan a bit more, since the reinvestment from WINC will be quarterly and LDGL will be monthly. So for today I thought we should take a look at what dates we should invest and reinvest, how balancing and rebalancing will work, how much YouTube's first payout will be, when this portfolio starts, and how much capital will be used. Finally, we will try to do some projection on the dividend income going forward. As always, this is not financial advice. Don't copy me and do your own due diligence. I'm just sharing my own investment journey, my experiences and my own analysis. Read the full disclaimer in the video description. Alright, so let's talk about LDGL's dates first. So they don't go ex-dividend at the same time every month, but it usually is around the second week. We have the 9th, 11th, 12th and 15th. So basically, we need to invest and reinvest the dividend during the start of each month, which is not a problem since the payout usually comes after a week from the ex-dividend date. Keep in mind, my broker is very slow with international payments, so it will take 2 to 3 days extra, but since they pay around the 20th, it's nothing to worry about. Switching over to WINC. They are a bit more consistent with their ex-dividend date, usually around the 15th each time they announce their dividend. Like I said before, they are paying quarterly, so we don't have to time the buys perfectly. However, I would like to buy before the ex-dividend date to capture the next dividend, since this portfolio will use dollar cost average strategy. So as long as we invest and reinvest at the start of the month, we should be able to maximize the strategy, which fits well since YouTube pays out between the 20th and the 26th. I don't think I will be able to get a payout every month since I need to make at least $80 before they pay out. Another thing to note about WINC is that they pay at the end of the month, meaning for me, I will get the payment at the start of the month after. So I won't get paid in January, April, July and October, but in February, May, August and November. So earnings are paid out between the 20th and the 26th. We have some days to process the money paid from YouTube and LDGL. We invest it at the start of each month, so we can maximize the compounding with buying before the ex-dividend date. So we have a great idea when to invest, but what about balancing and rebalancing? I decided to go for a 70-30 split, so 70% LDGL and 30% WINC. This is only invested capital or book value. Let's say LDGL trades sideways and WINC leaves orbit. I will simply do nothing. I will continue my DCA. What about reinvestment and investing from the YouTube revenue? I have thought about it, and I'm not going to be super strict with the balancing. If LDGL takes a nosedive, I might decide to invest everything in LDGL that month, while leaving WINC on the back burner. So I will have some leeway, say plus minus 5 to 6%. I think it will work out over time. I will do a separate tracker spreadsheet for this portfolio, and it will have its own account on my broker, so I can accurately track currency fluctuations and total returns. Moving on to the YouTube revenue. I can't really find this on my studio page, so a screenshot from the mobile app Studio will have to do. My first payment will be 1038 Swedish crowns or about 94 euros. And it is estimated to land in my bank account between the 21st and 26th of July, which brings us to when I will start the portfolio. As soon as I get the first payment. I will also add around 1400 euros from my own capital to kickstart the portfolio. After that, I won't be adding outside capital unless it comes from my YouTube revenue. So, let's say the starting capital is 1500 euros. So, this could be a great starter portfolio for investors with limited capital to follow. Alright, let's get into the dividends for the portfolio. We are going to be using my ETF-database and portfolio builder spreadsheet. The capital is 1500 euros and we're going for a 70-30 split. The distributions are converted to euros here. Based on today's price, I would get 109 shares of LDGL and 87 WINC. My annual starting dividend would be 83.6 euros and my yield on cost would be 5.57%. Unfortunately, the dividends from LDGL isn't enough for reinvestment each month, sitting at 3.36 euros. When we get paid from WINC, we will get enough for reinvestment into both. So let's hope my YouTube revenue goes up so I can get paid every month. So yeah, at the start, the reinvestment may be every other month instead of every month. With some time, we should be able to buy LDGL every month with reinvestments alone. Around 4,500 euros invested would be enough. Yikes. If you enjoy my work and want to follow this project, make sure to like, comment, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any updates. Thanks. So, how should we project the dividend growth and income going forward? Let's use a dividend reinvestment calculator. I like to use the market beats calculator. I am going to be lowballing it here. I expect my ad revenue to pick up somewhat going forward. I set the distribution frequency on monthly, even though WINC isn't a monthly payer. DRIP, yes. Starting principal of 1500. Never mind the dollar. Just think euros. Annual contributions of 600 or 50 per month. Zero dividend tax. Dividend yield 5.57 as we saw before. Now, here is the tricky part. Dividend growth. I went with a 7% growth rate for LDGL and 2% for WINC. That's a mixed growth of 5.5% and here is the formula. And we do the same with the share price. Let's say 6% for LDGL and 3% for WINC. So 5.1% using the same calculation. Let's go for 2 years first, just to see how it looks. 3,100 ending balance. 7.28% annual return. Annual income of 178 or about 14.83 per month and 215 in dividends contributed to the total value. Let's do 5 years. 6,239 in ending balance. An annual return of 6.75. Annual income of 363 or 30.25 per month. And 923 in dividends contributed to the total value. Let's do 10 years as well, just for the fun of it. Ending balance 14,237, 6.62% annual return. Annual income of 845 or 70.40 per month. And the dividends contributed with 3,599 to the total value. Nice. Like I said, I expect or hope my ad revenue will increase, but we have a contribution limit of 200 euros per month from the ad revenue. So let's calculate 5 years with 200 per month instead. Ending balance 17,422. Annual return of 5.23%. Annual income of 1,015 or 84.58 per month. And 2,083 in dividends contributed to the total value. So that's the plan for the YouTube portfolio. Now I want to hear from you guys. What do you think about this 70-30 split between LDGL and WINC? Did the community make the right choice or should we have gone a different route? Drop your thoughts in the comments down below. Also, let me know if you liked my portfolio builder spreadsheet. But guys, that's it for today. Thanks for watching. I will see you in the next one. Until then, stay smart, stay patient and keep stacking those dividends. Ha det gött!